Hey, welcome back to the neighbor's kitchen. Today we're going to cover making bone broth at home in your Instant Pot. Let's start out by answering some questions you may have. So what is the difference between stock and broth? Stock is made from animal bones and vegetables alongside seasonings and aromatics. The bones release gelatin, the cooked form of collagen, giving your stock a nice body and color and makes for a great start to numerous soups, sauces, gravies, and so much more. Broth, on the other hand, mostly interchangeable with stock, is made primarily with meat or connective tissue instead of bones, and typically is not made with vegetables. Broth, because of the lack of bones, does not have as much flavor and usually will require more seasonings, making it a less desirable foundation for many recipes. However, it is gaining popularity in the health world because of its dense nutrients and low calories. So then, what is bone broth? Bone broth is what we're making today, and it is a hybrid of the two. Basically, we're making a stock, but including some leftover meat and connective tissue. This will often have a higher concentration of gelatin than a stock alone, which is what makes things like chicken noodle soup so desirable when you're sick. It's very nutrient rich. So why make your own bone broth? Can't you find this at the store? Sure. But here, you can completely take control of the flavor and contents for the base of whichever recipe you are preparing for. One time, I made buffalo chicken stock and made rice with it. It was awesome, and try finding that at the store. Plus, you are using something once more before discarding it, making your kitchen more economically efficient. Why the Instant Pot? There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing the same exact thing in a slow cooker or right on the stove. However, that requires simmering it for 4 to 5 hours. The Instant Pot gives you the same exact results in as little as 90 minutes. Appreciate you sticking around for this quick lesson. Now let's get cooking. Let's talk about the ingredients. This part is completely customizable, but I have developed this recipe over the years, and this is what I have found to be considered perfect. I use a yellow onion, quartered, and I leave the peel on, a couple of cloves of garlic, smashed, a handful of baby carrots, and a cut up stalk of celery. For the seasoning, I used 2 tablespoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and lastly but not leastly, I saved the bones and such from a whole chicken I just made. And the water and juices from cooking the chicken I'm also going to use. Now, buckle up. You're not going to believe how easy this comes together. Just put all the things in, fill with water to the PC max line, put the lid on, set to the sealing position, and cook on normal pressure for 1 hour with keep warm on, and at the end of 1 hour, let it sit for 30 minutes before releasing any remaining pressure. Once the pressure has been released safely, fish out as many vegetables and chicken pieces as you can find, and then with a large mixing bowl and fine strainer, pour the contents of the Instant Pot over the strainer to separate the remaining things that are not broth from the broth. Now this part is important. Find your favorite spoon and take a taste to celebrate all your hard work. You can adjust seasoning here if desired. Just remember that this is supposed to be an ingredient to another recipe. It does not need to be overly salted at this stage. Now, it is likely that you do not need all the broth that you can make in a 6-quart Instant Pot at once, so you're going to have to store it. I use these quart deli containers. I'll link them in the description below. After storing them in quart quantities, place them in the fridge if you are going to use them in the near future, or freeze them if you're not going to use it in the next week or so. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and drop a comment below, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and most importantly, until next time, be well.